Good morning! Welcome to another day on the homestead, a rainy day. Matt and I were hoping to get outside and finally get those wood chips raked and the rest of the garden pulled out, but it is pouring outside. So he actually was up pretty late last night. So I got up early with the kids, got them all fed, and the older ones off to school. Eli and I just came in from letting the chickens out. They're free ranging today. We snuck into the greenhouse and pulled these two beauties from the tomato plants. So awesome. I don't know what we're gonna do with them, but probably something for lunch or supper today. I am making some lunch, just some quick grilled cheese. We actually had just a couple of pieces of sourdough bread that need to get used up before they go bad, and I'm gonna be making some more sourdough tomorrow, maybe the next day. Maybe the next day. I would like to make it tomorrow, but I have a few things going on and I don't feel like waking up early to make it. So I'll get that mixed up at least so it's getting ready. I was thinking of putting some of that tomato in our grilled cheese. I think that would be really good. This tomato was still a little bit green, but mostly red. Some pickles. Still have a couple apples left over. These are super tiny little apples. Our neighbor had brought those over to us a couple weeks ago, and I made some applesauce for the first time. It actually tastes delicious, but it was quite the process. So I definitely learned a few tricks on how to make applesauce because I won't do it the same way.
Saw you from across the room. When our eyes met, I never knew that I could feel this way. And it's kinda strange. Don't even know your name. I don't know you, but I want to get to know you. Just wanna get to know you.
So I added some peanut butter for the kids for their apples. This is the funniest thing. Eli used to eat whole apples and he would devour the core of the apple if you didn't stop him in time. Anyways, he's having some digestive issues and I'm trying to get him to eat a little bit more fiber, but bread is like his favorite thing. So I'm trying to include a little bit of bread, but at least get some other things in him too. And so apples are one that he would eat and it was going so well. And then all of a sudden we got this big bushel of apples from the neighbor and he decided that he wouldn't eat the whole apples at all. And if I cut them out, he would try to eat the inside and then he would leave the peels. So I figured out he would eat the whole apple peel and all if I put peanut butter with it. Whatever works. Can you tell which plate is mine? I've got the tomatoes. When I was a little girl, I remember my dad taking tomatoes from the garden or just a fresh tomato in general and cutting it up in salt and pepper and just eating it straight. And I remember thinking how gross it was, and now as an adult I do the same thing. This might be a super meager lunch for Matt and I, so we might have to have some chips and salsa too. Almost forgot to feed the sourdough. I try to do this every day at lunchtime. So I'm already in the kitchen, already making a mess. And I don't really even measure. Add a little flour, 1/4 cup or so. And then I usually try to mix it in before I add water. Add some warm water just so I can mix it. I actually keep mine on the runny side now. I find if it's on the runny side, I don't get those hard bits on top as much. Oops. And the temperature in our house right now is perfect. It is just flourishing. It's growing so much faster than it did all summer. Do you think I need to make some more sourdough bread soon? Already used up all the sourdough bread now with lunch. This thing is gonna be going crazy. I need to get it done in the next couple days. Did I ever tell you all that our microwave broke? So our microwave broke and I was so excited because I was going to have all this extra counter space. My sourdough might have a home. No, I just filled it with stuff. Everything that was sitting on top of the microwave is pretty much here. And then I just have an excuse this summer to put my produce, I guess. Do you guys do without a microwave? I have. So far it's been all right, but I'm shocked at how much I use my microwave, how many times I turn to just reheat something just real quick, or melt some butter because I forgot to take it out of the freezer and things like that. I mean, obviously there's plenty of ample ways to be able to do those things, but it's just funny how many times I turn to use it and it's not there, and it just really makes me stop and think about how dependent I am, some of us are, on things like that. If you go without a microwave, I would love to hear your tips and tricks for what you do for heating liquids. The only thing I've come up with is just to kind of dump things in a pot and heat them that way. But the one thing that I usually make coffee, espresso in the morning, and cold milk, and some type of sweetener. And we broke our coffee, the steaming wand on our espresso maker last year, and I haven't been able, Matt tried fixing it, but unfortunately we couldn't find quite the right part. So I usually just drink cold coffee, which is usually fine, but I know with winter coming up I'm gonna want warm coffee. So the only thing I've come up with to do is to dump it in a pot and do it that way. I actually bought a little frother, and in my head a frother meant that it would heat and froth the milk, but apparently it doesn't actually heat it. So now we just have a little whisk for eggs, I guess.
It's about time.
I was too busy chatting to the camera. Want to take a break and eat with me?
Oh, do I have to? Yeah.
You say that you're from out of town. I'm hoping that you stick around. Show me what it's like from the other side. Would you stay another night? 'Cause I don't know you.
So Matt is getting some chicken legs going for supper. We're gonna have some carrots. These are the ones I canned up. There was about half a jar left in the fridge from something we had the other night that we didn't use too many with. And we've got a whole bunch of potatoes. I wish these were the ones from our garden. I've got about half a crate full. These are actually from our neighbors. They dropped those off. So our neighbors actually gave us the carrots and the potatoes that we canned up. These carrots, I actually canned, I think, about 2 dozen, maybe just shy of 2 dozen quarts of potatoes too. And that was a new experience for us. I definitely learned that I really need to rinse them well because some of them kind of solidified in the jar. And after reading, I guess those are just the ones I will use in soup and things I want to have thicken, and it'll be fine, but they're a little heavy on the starch. So today I think we're just going to fry up some potatoes. So we're going to get some of these washed and going, and then we'll get the carrots just heated up because they are so cooked in the jar. We don't really need to do anything extra with them.
Get to know you. Just wanna get to know you. I don't know you, but I want to get to know you. Just wanna get to know you.
So the people that had labeled this said it was legs. Definitely not legs. Definitely not legs. It is thighs. So we are having thighs for supper. We thought it was legs. It was labeled legs. Who is doing the labeling again? Sarah.
So it's been a busy day.
It's going to be a busier day tomorrow. So we're getting a bunch of breakfast burritos ready. We're throwing the air fryer in the morning for breakfast on the run.
We have to get up a little bit earlier tomorrow to do some stuff. So get going a little bit earlier in the morning. So Matt's just making a whole bunch of breakfast burritos. That's going to be more than for just tomorrow, right?
Yeah. We'll freeze
It would be nice to have those in the freezer come busy time. I feel like this video we've probably been in the kitchen all day, but I don't think we've really been in the kitchen that much today.
Well, most of us sit in front of the laser, I feel like.
Yeah, I was working most of the day. Matt was working most of the day. We wanted to get outside, get the garden pulled, and get the wood chips spread, and it rained, and it rained, and it rained all day. Not really heavy, but it rained all day.
Yep, just a steady rain, which we needed, so no complaints whatsoever there.
I know our garlic got watered, so hopefully it, that helps it.
Yeah, our seed, all the grass seed I put down for the...
Did you see it was sprouting?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, it's sprouting on the hill here. I might put some grass seed down for our muddy spots. You know, under where the kids lay on the hammock.
Yeah. When I had the bobcat here, I had a little bit of time, so I just fixed that area really quick. And I'm glad I did. It needed to be done.
All right, well, I think this is it for today, so we can get to bed early too.
Yeah.
Yep, kids are in bed. We gotta go to bed.
Oofta.
What time is it? It's 6:45.
I think last night kicked my butt. I stayed up pretty late.
That'll do it.
All right. Glad you got to see me again.
And me too.
Glad you got to see us again.
Bye.
Bye.